Okay. So let's first introduce myself. So my name is Tipu. I come from a small town in Uttar Pradesh, and I have completed my schooling in Hindi medium background. And if I talk about my profession, so I have around 2 years of experience as a software engineer. Along with that, I have started my one YouTube channel called Speak English with Tipu, where I share English conversational videos. So yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Wow, that's interesting. You are from UP, so where do you live in UP?
I am from Kushinagar district.
Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, nice. So as you know, my name is Priyanka. Basically, I'm also from UP in Mirzapur. I live in Hyderabad. I have done MBA in HR and currently I'm building my career in HR field. Apart from that, I'm also running YouTube channel named Naresh with English, where I upload English conversational videos and solo videos that help people to improve their English. Additionally, I love meeting new people, sharing my ideas with them and learning with them. So that's how I indulge myself, and I really like to meet new people and having conversation with them. So that's a little bit
Okay,
about.
okay, that's lovely introduction. Okay, okay. So you have completed your schooling in Hindi or CBSE?
Yeah, I have completed my schooling in Hindi, and I also did a BCom that was also in Hindi. I did MBA that was in English, but there was in Hindi involvement, so it wasn't difficult for me. So it's like a Hindi, but only I needed to give exam in English.
Okay, got it. So after BCom, you did MBA in HR.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I think when you switched from BCom to MBA, then I think you must have struggled in lot in that journey from switching from Hindi medium to English medium, right? Because I think in MBA, every book I think must have in English language, right?
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, so how did you overcome like those struggle? Because I have also, I think I was in the same boat when I started my BTech journey. So can you tell me like how like did you overcome?
Yeah, sure, why not? Actually, that time it wasn't too difficult for me because I was good at writing, but not speaking at all. So when I started my MBA, so I took some offline courses. Like I just joined some coaching. Uh, Even it wasn't so effective for me, but I took it because I was going to do MBA. That's why I took it, and then I started doing MBA, but that time it wasn't too difficult for me, seriously, when I started doing MBA because I was good at writing. I understood everything, but my problem was that I was not confident enough, and I was not good at speaking because that is really very different. If you are good at writing, but speaking is really a different. So,
Mm-hmm.
but my main struggle started when I started giving interview. So that was my main struggle, and
Okay.
then I shifted to Hyderabad where everyone spoke very well English, and that time my English wasn't too good. And then I started working on myself. I realized where am I making a mistake, and gradually I worked on myself. I started YouTube channel. So these all things has helped me a lot, and finally I am confident enough to speak with anyone right now.
Okay, okay, that's great. Okay, so as you told that you are like very good at writing. So I feel one thing because I have also seen in my college as well and in 10th and 12th as well. Most of the girls they always very good at writing. I'm not very
Mhm.
sure about their speaking, but I have seen their writing is always very good, right? Because I am someone who I think whose writing is very bad, right? So yeah, that's the reason I always compare with myself with the girls. So is there any
Okay.
specific reason, yeah, like why they are writing very good? Because I think there is also one reason. I think you must have realized like even if you're going to give any exam, like if it's semester exam specifically, so if your writing is good, then we both are writing the same answer. But if your writing is good, then you will get good score as compared to me, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, yeah. I think girls' minds are more focused compared to boys' mind. Sometimes I feel like they are more distractive. There are a lot of things running in their mind,
Okay, it
especially in a
might.
college life. So I think sometimes it happens. Perhaps it happens sometimes.
Yeah, okay, it might be, but I'm not very sure about this. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so by the way, how was your interview?
Yeah, my interview went well. Okay, I'm expecting positive feedback from HR, but okay, let's see. So, because you are also an HR, right? So, you are
Yeah,
currently
yeah.
working as a HR, right?
No, now I took a break. Currently, I'm in my hometown. So I'm enjoying quality time with my family, and so I'm here for a month. After that, I'm going to start looking a full-time job. Uh, I was doing, now I took a break.
Okay, okay. So, like, how many years of experience do you have, like, as a HR?
I started, it's like only 3, 4 months. I recently started. Yeah,
Okay, so you recently started, and then now you quit your job.
yeah. There was
Oh,
some problem. I was
hmm.
not so much satisfied with it, and that's why I thought I need to take a break. And I also
Okay,
wanted to meet my family, my mothers and all. It's been a long time to come here. So I
okay,
thought it's
okay,
good to take a break. So currently I'm in
okay.
UP, in my mother's
Okay,
place.
okay, understood. So, okay, that's great. I think we should, always, because specifically, I think if you are working in IT sector, then break is very important, I feel.
Exactly, exactly. Otherwise life become too hectic. Every day follow same thing. So sometimes we need break. And
Mm.
sometimes I feel like as a girl, we don't need to be working all the time, right? As a girl, we can take a break. Like
Yeah.
household responsibility is our first priority. Definitely, we have to manage all the things. And if I talk about our work, so sometimes it might be optional for us whether
Yes,
we
yes,
want to or not. But
yes.
as a boy, it's compulsory,
Yes,
right?
yes. I think it's their compulsion, right? For the, I think girls, they have some options, but for the boys, if
Mm.
they are earning money, then only they will get respect. This is
Is
what
that
I
is
feel. Yeah.
yes, of course.
Hmm.
So, what do you do right now?
Actually, right now I'm just giving interviews of some companies and just preparing and upskilling myself in tech as well. And along with that, because I come from a Hindi medium backgrounds, and I think most of the
Yeah.
company sometimes they rejected me only due to my communication. So I feel
Mhm.
that okay, let's start the YouTube channel and let's, because now even I think it's been only 2 weeks I have started this YouTube channel, and as I can see a lot of improvement in myself. Like, because when I think we make some mistake in public, then we work very hard to overcome those mistakes. So that's the
Yes.
reason I have also started YouTube channel so that I can improve myself. And you know very well that I think in IT sector it doesn't matter like how much work you are delivering. At the end, first you have to become a very good communicator, right? Whatever things you did yesterday, you should be able to explain today, right? Then only you would get some promotions later or appraisal
Yeah.
as well.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel before giving interviews? So, do you feel nervous or confidence?
If I talk about right now the situation that I'm going through, I now most of the time I don't feel nervous, because what I
Yeah.
feel so far I have taken almost 500 plus mock interviews for students. So I
Okay.
feel now very comfortable with most of the people. Even when I started this YouTube channel, I was just feeling that no, I would not be able to speak with the people. They are very talented, and they speak flawless English. So most of the time I might fumble. But once I started, I feel very confident. So now when I was in college, you can say I was kind of very shy person and also camera conscious person, but I think over the time and specifically in IT sector I improved a lot, right? Because I think even I was a kind of introvert when I joined my first company. Then most of the people were, they always had one question: why are you not talking with someone? So this was the question for the, for me, the most of the people were asking. But I think over the time I have improved a lot.
Yes. So here we can say practice makes a man perfect. Is it called
Yes,
right? So here
yes.
it prove it. I think because of nervousness, sometimes we tend to make a lot of mistake. Do you also feel so?
Yes, yes, that is so true because I think I'm telling you, personally, my experience when I was in college, some of the interviews like didn't went well due to a nervousness, right? Even what I have feel sometimes, even if you don't know the answer of that particular questions and you are very confident, you might get selected for that role. So confidence is very important in the interview.
Mm. Yeah, even
Yes.
I still remember during my college campus. So that time interviewer asked me several questions and it was very common question. But because of my nervousness, I was underconfident. I made a lot of mistake.
Hmm.
Now I feel like how can I make this kind of mistake? But it's normal. I have seen every people, if they are nervous, they make a mistake. Sometimes we get freeze. We don't know what to say, how to say. We get completely blank. Sometimes our body starts shaking. Oh my God, what is going to happen with me? So there are a lot of
Yes.
things happen. And only this reason sometimes we don't select during the interview
Yes, yes.
because
I think.
in an
Yes, yes.
interview, I think your confidence really matters. The way you are to communicate, your confidence, your body language, these are the things that really matters.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's so normal. Yeah, that's so normal. And I think these days, I think a lot of things matter because earlier, most of the time, I think you must have seen in 2020 and 2021, the interviewer were only focusing on their communication skills and some personality development, right? And then after that, they, just hired you. And then after that, they were giving training, proper training, right? And then they would assign the project, right? But these days, what's happening? They want even an intern to work from day one. They don't want to give any kind of training. They don't want to spend any, single penny, on the intern even. So I think due to AI,
Yes.
you can say due to the AI, the now the tech is evolving very fast.
Yes, of course. So have you ever feel demotivated? Like if you have faced several interview but you don't get selected. So have you ever feel demotivated?
Yes, definitely. I think this is very normal for me. I think
Yeah.
I'm telling you, yeah, from last 2 months, I have given almost 5 to 6 company interviews, and in three of them, I was rejected in the final round. So when you reject in the final round, then I think it's hard more than that, right? If you reject in
Exactly.
the first round, yeah. So yeah, I think these were, but yeah, I still am learning. But sometimes when you get a rejection and you don't know the reason why, did I get rejection. So I think that hurt more. But if you know the your reason, like why I get rejection here, then according to that you can work on that area, right? This is the weak area, I will work later. But if you don't know the
Yeah,
reason, then it's become difficult.
exactly. I can understand because as you said, if we know the reason, we can work on it, right? After even each interview, we should analyze ourselves where we are making a mistake, what reason because of that we are not selected. But if we don't know the reason, so sometimes it's very difficult because we also value our time too, right? So
Yes, yes.
yes, it's a difficult.
And
Yes.
even see, literally, I'm telling you, sometimes what happens, sometimes it's miscommunication, right? Suppose if you are a HR, I am a candidate, right? And most of the HR, I think you must have seen, like they don't have, because they come from a non-tech background, so they don't have exact idea what kind of questions would be, interviewer asking, right? Because if you are a
Yes.
HR, then we can completely understand. But sometimes it's kind of miscommunication. They she told something and the interviewer would ask something else. So now it's sometimes it happens. So I have seen, I think, 2 to 3 times I have faced this problem.
Yes, but the best part is that now you are a confidence. I'm sure now whenever you give any question or you give any answer, you realize that what you are going to ask next, right? Like if they ask about your project and you are going to explain it, then you must know that what are you going to ask. So these are the experience that we all realize.
Yes, yes. And I think as a freshers, if you are a fresher and you are going to give the interviews, so the first suggestion that I would give that practice. Try to practice first in front of mirror. Just assume there is one interviewer sitting in front of you, and then explain the questions. Just assuming. Then I
Yes.
think we can improve a lot because when I was in college, I'm telling you, in my first year. I was just crying. I was at the moment of giving up, right? Because I was not able to understand any English books that were in my BTech. So that's the reason I was completely very, demotivated, and I was, like just feeling that okay, let's give up and come back to home and do the normal things that my parents
Yes.
are doing. Yeah, but I think due to a lot of, I think circumstances matter a lot, and I think in every area. So yeah, due to the circumstances, I think today I am here. So yeah, this is also
Mm.
one of important.
Yeah, it happened with everyone. We all go through with the same phase.
Mhm. So Priyanka, I have one question for you because you come from a UP. Yeah.
That time
So
your video got stuck. Mm.
yeah, yeah, no worries. So I was asking the one question that I born and brought up in UP. So I have seen a lot of parents, they do not allow their, specifically, if you are a girls, then they do not allow for the, higher studies like MBA, BTech, like these kinds of stuff. So how did you convince your parents for higher studies to like become HR? So that's my question.
Mm. Okay, okay. So you mean I need to convince parents to send their daughter in any other city for higher
Yes,
education, all right?
yes,
And
yes,
that is one of the difficult tasks for parents, especially who belong from UP or MP, right?
yes,
Even
yes.
I faced the same thing, and that's why uh, I did MBA in the same city where I belong from. Okay, so I think
So,
these
uh,
days there are a lot of cases are also coming. That's why
mm,
parents also get scared to send their daughter to any other city. But but if you talk about me, so if I need to convince to the parents, so I would tell them, see, everywhere there are the pros and cons everywhere. You can see in each area. Even though if girls are at homes, but it depends on, sometimes it depends on their, uh, sometimes depends to them. So they can send them in a girls' hostel that is also completely safe.
okay.
We should teach them, we should teach them a kind of thing so that they don't do any kind of work that hurt their parents. If girls are good in their study and also definitely they should send them in any other area so that they can learn a lot of things. See, if you compare to the girl who are study at the same city and who are study in any other city, so there are a big difference. They are
Mm,
more
yes,
confident, they can take their own decision, they are more, independent, they can do their work on their own, and they are not shy, I have
yes,
realized. But
yes, yes,
girls who study with the same city or living with the parents, they dependent everything, they dependent on their parents. And sometimes if I
yes,
talk about the growth, so they don't get kind of growth. So I think I would convince them to see the all the pros and then send them. There are a lot of things, even government also give a lot of things these days. We can easily talk to our kid, we can track them where they are these days. It's like AI era through Google, we can track them where are right now, we can talk to them. So if you want a confidence girl, if you want to raise them, if you want your girl do something, then definitely they should send them in any other city. And but we should believe in our daughter, and daughter should also do a kind of work that prove their parents, right? That prove their them. Because sometimes
yes,
what happened,
yes,
like if any parents have two sisters, if elder one goes to any other city and she does something in her life, like
yes,
she earned something and she completed her doctor and BTech, after that she becomes something, then definitely their parents send their second daughter also to the
yes.
any other city.
That's so
But
true.
in case there if their elder daughters goes any other city, and she does love marriage, and she got married somewhere else or
This,
any other culture, then definitely
Hmm.
they will not send even any younger daughter in any other city.
Yes, yes.
Even not
Actually,
only
yeah.
those
Hmm.
parents,
Yes,
not only those parents, even our relatives will do same thing, and they will give example
yes,
to
yes.
those
That's so
those
important.
things.
Yes, yes. Actually,
Exactly. So
yes, yes.
it's
Go ahead.
not
Sorry.
only parents' responsibility, it's only girls' responsibility too. If you are going out, so please also look at your parents too, because they
Hmm.
have a lot of expectation from
Yes.
you too.
Yes, that's so
Yeah.
true. Priyanka. I think, yeah, I must say that's so true. And actually, like specifically in UP, if a guy is going to make a mistake, then that mistake will create impact on your whole society, along with your relatives as
That
well.
is the thing.
Right?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a problem, right? But in the city, if you're going to make some mistake, and if not, I think this is not a mistake, right? Actually, this is not a mistake, I must say, right? Suppose if you're going to do love marriage in city, so I don't think that this is a wrong in city, right? But if you come
Yeah,
from
it's not.
UP and Bihar, this is completely wrong. Most of the time, your
Yes,
parent would not be able, you would not be able to convince them, right?
yes.
Because even if they are if they are very like they are ready to do it, but then the I think things will come in picture when your relatives will come, society will start hating you, that a lot of things would be there. So I think that time things become very difficult for you to handle. But in the
Yes.
city life, I think, yeah, this is very simple to do.
Yeah. Okay. So, what about your family? Is there any girl who goes outside for a study in
No, no,
your
no. Actually,
family?
yeah. No, no, no. Because I'm telling you, I'm a guy who has highest qualification in my, like home, and even in my
Okay.
entire family. Yeah, I'm a BTech guy, and even at that time, my parents were not very ready to, send me for the higher education, right? Because
Mhm.
at that time, even, my family situation was not very good at that time. So it's not my parent fault, I feel. So but I was somehow able to convince them, because no, I want to become a software engineer. Most of my friends are doing, they are going for the JMS preparation, so yeah, they somehow able to manage. Okay, but yeah, and that's the reason I feel that like when you have a lot of pressure in your mind, you have responsibility, then you would not be able to do any mistake in your career, because you know
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
much responsibility is on your shoulder, right?
Mm. Yes,
So
of
yeah,
course.
yes. So that's the reason I feel I think distraction was never a problem for me. Even I did 4 years of BTech, and now I have around 2 years of experience in IT sector as well. So yeah, actually it was never a problem for me.
Okay, that's amazing. But it was very big step for your parents to send you outside for study, right? It's not only
Yes,
because of caring, it's all because of their affection. Like as a mother, how would he
yes,
live in
yes.
any other city? What would he eat? Like as a mother, there are a lot of things
Yes,
running in her
yes,
mind.
yes. And actually, I think you must be realized, like when you come from a small town and when you become a doctor, engineer, or some kind of, like a professional level guy, right? Then a lot of, like the same guy who once was, doubted on yourself, who will come to you and will ask for the guidance. Can you tell me
Yes,
what
of
kind
course.
of things, should my children do, right? Can you give them some guidance? So I feel very at the same time I feel very grateful for my parents, that they like gave me this opportunity to come here, and now I'm giving guidance to other people as well, like what to do in their career, right? So
Yes,
yeah, I
that's
think, yeah,
amazing.
it's kind of motivation for me to go and keep going.
Yeah, but one thing I would like to add here, we should always be grounded, right? Even like you are one
Yeah.
of the one person who has done a higher study, but whenever we meet like villagers or other people, we should always be grounded. We should meet them like we used to meet them, like we feel like our own experience over there.
Yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
yeah,
I
actually.
have seen a kind of
Hmm.
because I have
Right.
seen a kind of people, once they achieve something, they change their attitude, their behavioral change, like their language change, they started speaking only English or but I completely believe that whenever I go to my village, I speak like as I used to speak with them. I
Hmm.
love to sit with them, I love to talk to them. I don't want to show anything. So I love to be grounded.
Yes, same here. I'm telling you genuinely, I'm telling you my situation. When I was in 10th and 12th, I used to speak Bhojpuri language. I think you must be aware
Yes.
in UP, most of the time we speak Bhojpuri with our friends, family. Whenever I go to my hometown, I simply speak Bhojpuri language. And that's the reason I feel I struggle a lot to reach here. Because first, even if a guy is only speaking Bhojpuri, then most of the time he would not be even able to speak Hindi language properly, right? Because you wouldn't, I think have never got a environment for Hindi, right? So that's the reason we are not able to speak Hindi. Same, I think it applies on English as well. So yeah, that's the reason I know whenever I go my hometown, I simply speak Bhojpuri language.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes,
And we really enjoy it.
yes, yeah. So yeah,
Mhm.
I think I feel yeah, we should always be grounded, no matter how much
Yes.
money you are earning and what is your label.
Mhm. Okay, so if one advice you want to give to your younger self, what advice would you like to give?
Okay. So one advice these days, what I will give them, like whatever goal they are choosing in their career, I think be away from the social media if you want to get succeed in this era. Because what I've seen personally, most of the I think Gen Z are just they are getting distracted on Instagram, Facebook, a lot of things, right? And I think this is causing a kind of drastical problem for them to not succeed in their career, right? So I feel first suggestion that I will give, use social media. I'm not saying that you should not use the social media, but there must be some like time, right? Must be some limitations on that, right? Most of the students, once they are start scrolling the Instagram, they are not able to even see the time, 2 hours, 3 hours, how it's end up. So yeah, first just one suggestion, because see, if you have goal, then definitely I know you would work for that goal. So if you are going to work for that goal, definitely one day you would be able to achieve that goal. But you have to make sure the goal that you are targeting or achieving, there must not be any distraction in that path or the way that you are going. So just one suggestion in this era,
Exactly,
distraction.
that's really very important. That's really very important. Even I have also noticed the same thing. These days, kids are busy only with Instagram, watching videos, reels, and these are also kind of thing that is only time taking. You
Yes.
can't stick you will stick with your phone and you can't keep it away. So it's very important to, I think, time management. Just decide what in which time you should study and which time you should watch your mobile phone. If you are studying, so don't use mobile that time, because if you are using mobile that time, you can't study. So it's very
Yes.
important to set a time management. That is
Hmm.
really important.
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
it's not only happened with Gen Z or kids, it also happened with us. Whenever we decide something to do, once we start watching YouTube or Instagram, just is so sometimes we decide to watch only just for 5 or 10 minutes, and at last it takes like half an hour or 1 hour
Hmm.
sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, so it's very important to always remind yourself what you really want to do
Do.
and
Yes.
set time limit.
Yes. That's so true. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think we are, yeah, I think we are running out of time. I feel it's just 8 minutes. Yeah. So do you have any questions for me? Any questions? Because any question that you want to ask?
Any question? Okay, so okay, as we have a limited time, right? So, what is the secret of your English? As you said, you had done your study in Hindi medium, right? Now you are speaking very well English, so I want to know the secret behind that.
I don't feel I'm speaking very well, uh, but
Okay, but
still,
now,
yes, yes,
okay, now you can express your thought, right? You can speak whatever you want to say. So that is also a
yes.
kind of achievement. I'm sure when you were not able to speak English, so that time if somebody speak like you, right now you are speaking. So that is like we used to feel like this person is speaking very well. Right now you are in this level, so you want to go to the higher level. So it's very common. It happened with me too. Earlier, when I was not able to speak English, so I used to think, when would I be able to speak like this? Now I'm able to speak, but I want to be a more better than this. So I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
know your secret from zero to here.
Okay. So actually, when I started again after 12th, I took 1 year of gap for my JEE preparation. But I think
Mhm.
sometimes now I feel that I made a biggest mistake by, like wasting 1 year of time in JEE Mains. Because when you come from a Hindi medium background and you suddenly get every books in English, then definitely you would not be able to cope up with the problems that you are facing, right? So the same thing happened with me as well in 2018. Then that's the reason I was not able to crack IIT. And then after that, somehow I was able to, took an admission in a tier 3 engineering college, again where I struggle a lot in first year. But from second year, due to again, because I feel that I was very fortunate enough to get good friend circle. They helped me a lot. They suggested me to read novels, read some sort like story in English, and try to read the books of engineering as well. You will get a lot of new words. So what I used to do earlier, you know just I used to write down things, whatever things like word meaning I learned, I used to write in my copy. And like after I woke up, I used to revise those things. But I think that didn't work very well, I feel. But after 4 to 5 months, I started listening a lot of podcast, listening only in English. So I
Okay.
think that helped me a lot listening, because what I feel, if you listen to a particular words, then first you understand the meaning of that word. Along with that, you get the correct pronunciation of that word. So at the same
Yeah.
time, you are improving two things, not only one thing. Right? You are thinking you are listening, but two things are improving: the word you are getting and the pronunciation skills that you are. So I think that was the, I
Mm.
think, biggest decisions that helped me a lot listening. And then slowly, I started speaking. I started using the mirror, because I lived 3 years in a single room in my BTech, and most of my friends were ghosting me, like, "Why are you living alone? What is the reasons? Why are you not living with us? And you should live in PG hostel. You should enjoy your life, hostel life." But because I was able to convince my parents that I want to become a software engineer, so I don't want to make any mistake in my BTech career. Because most of us, we always end up doing something else in college, specifically in college life. So I don't
Yes.
want to that done any kind of mistakes. So that's the reason I lived 3 years in a single room only. And I think, yeah, that helped me a lot, because when you lived in a single room, then like you don't need to worry about what kind of mistake you are doing. Just you have to make sure that you are tracking your progress, right? What you were exactly 1 week ago, and now what you are after 1 week. So just I was
Yes.
doing these kinds of things to track my progress with it. Am I really improving or not? Because what I have seen, most of the people, they do randomly things, right? They are just doing the things blindly, not saying is they are really
Mm-hmm.
improving themselves or not. So yeah, this is how my journey started.
Wow, that's completely inspiring. Seriously. And the best part is that you have realized where you need to work on it. You took your own room and where you have started working on yourself. So that is really inspiring. Because sometimes if you want everything, you want friends, you want family and everything, then we can't get anything, right?
No, no, no.
Sometimes if you really want something, we need to step out of our comfort zone. We need to struggle. We need to do something. Only then we can achieve it.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely. And
yeah,
see,
that
I
is so.
think what I have seen, one more thing, most of the people, when I was living in a single room, so they always asked me one question: do you get like frustrated? So like these kinds of questions they were asking, why you lived in single room, what is the problem? But I can't, like, was able to explain them, right? What is the reason
Ex-
I'm living? Yes.
Mm.
So I think
And
that
I
was
think
the.
the best,
Hmm.
Yeah, the best part is that we shouldn't explain our ideas with
Yes,
everyone. We should do it, we should prove it, and then we should tell them.
yes.
Because if you tell them this is my idea, so people take it in a wrong way. People say you
Wrong.
are just braving yourself, you're just saying
Mhm.
like this. But
Yes,
just prove it. Don't show what you are doing.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
right.
that is true.
Yeah,
Okay, so now
so
we have limited time, so it's time to wrap
yes.
up, right? We have only
Yeah,
one
yeah,
two minutes left.
Priyanka. So yeah, I think it was a lovely conversation with you. And because yeah, sometimes whenever I meet with a UP guy, I am able to completely resonate with their journey. So again, thank you so much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Okay.
Actually, as I said, I live in Hyderabad, and there, whenever I meet, same thing. Whenever I meet
Mm,
with UP guys, so I feel like he is from my state. So I really feel more relatable to them.
mm.
So it happened with
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you
Okay.
so much for your time,
Okay.
and I really
Okay.
enjoyed overall conversation with you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.